been so out. Oh, you got sent from heaven. All right, man, light it up, Holmes.
Okay, check it out, man.
Yeah, it's time to blaze that up. Pass me that lighter. Can I get a hit of that, man, please? Quit bogarting, you son of a...
I'm the original Dr. Green Thumb, the rest are liars. I'm the one with the prescription to get you higher. I got every type of weed that you might desire. Go ahead, fire it up, maybe you can get inspired. Any kind of flavor you savor, I can do you the favor, just as long as you share with your neighbor. Some like the sour D, that's an East Coast swing, but on the West Coast we all know Kush is queen. Some of y'all will smoke anything but me, I'm picky. I throw it out if I don't see that it's green and sticky. No stress, no push, I'm pushing the Kush. When the harvest put a K on the bag, like the Nike swoosh. All over the world, in case you wondered, I smoked everywhere I went. They call me the weed hunter, but no one does it better like we do in Cali. Just ask one of my patients, cause they always tell me that the K-U-S-H keeps us so high. K-U-S-H keeps us so high. The more I smoke, the higher I get, the better I feel. I can't quit. The more I smoke, the higher I get, the better I feel. I can't quit. Cottonmouth Kings are down with us. Snoop Dogg and Dre are down with us. Cheech and Chong, they're down with us. But the DEA, they can get the nuts. On the High Times cover, you might see us taking hits from the bong with the 8-foot song. With weed so strong to knock out King Kong. Hit it one good time, your mind's gone. Your eyes get red and your mouth goes dry. Just hit me when you want more and I'll supply. Red and Matt said, let's get stoned. I said, how high? They said high enough to touch God and kiss the sky. That's a tall order, but I think I got what you need. I got the food for thought and I'm ready to feed. So follow my lead, I got the gifts to bring. It's the everyday life of the Reefer King. K-U-S-H keeps us so high. K-U-S-H keeps us so high. The more I smoke, the higher I get, the better I feel. I can't quit. The more I smoke, the higher I get, the better I feel. I can't quit. I got the cream of the crop. My crop means cream. When it's time to bag it up, I assemble the team. We're like the Yankees, most winning grand champs of the earth. Nothing gets you like the type of medicine I serve. Lawyers, teachers, actors, street cleaners. No matter what they all come to see the reefer. They stay hot 24 like Kiefer. I tell them don't hit it too hard, this is a creeper. Woody Harrelson is down with us. Bruce Willis smokes all, he's down with us. Yeah, Willie Nelson is down with us. Who the you think drives the ganja bus? Dionne Warwick, she's down with us. She got popped at the airport with joints and such. So if anyone asks, she's down with us. And you don't wanna enter my weed in the cannabis cup. I'm green thumb, I reign supreme. Son, a strain better than mine, I never seen one. The K-U-S-H keeps you so high that you can't concentrate. Dave Chappelle is down with us. Halle Berry too, but don't tell no one. KRS-One is down with us. He's a blunt getting smoked and he can't wake up. K-U-S-H keeps us so high. K-U-S-H keeps us so high. The more I smoke, the higher I get, the better I feel. I can't quit. The more I smoke, the higher I get, the better I feel. I can't quit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to THC Tuesdays from Melanet's Hamilton Vape. Are you guys ready for a comedy show? Come on, guys, you can do better than that. Let me hear some noise. Are you ready for a comedy show? All right, without further ado, please make some noise for the one, the only, Patrick Coppolino.
All right. How the fuck's it going, melon heads? It's exactly the response I expected here. Did you guys even know there was a show tonight? No? You're like, buzzkill. Now you gotta pay attention. Fuck it. It's it's fun. It's a comedy show. Have you guys been to a comedy show before? No? Some of you have, some of you haven't. Well, that's cool. Well, welcome to the show. We've got some great comics for you guys this evening. Ryan Horwood is your headliner. Came in from Toronto. Let him hear you. Yeah. And then we got some local guys. One of the guys that runs the Stoner Sundays here, or I think it's called the 710 Sundays now. Dan Peters is on the show. And two other of my friends that we'll introduce as we go. All right, it's good to be here. I'm from Hamilton, but I travel a lot. I recently got back from Chicago. Any of you guys been to Chicago before? It's an interesting place. A weird thing happened though when I got there. I was there for it was as soon as we checked into our hotel. Me and my buddies were walking down the street, and this guy comes up to us. I don't know how he knew we weren't from Chicago, but this disheveled old man comes right up to us and he goes, "Welcome to Chicago, you fucking lowlives." We were like, "What? Somebody get this guy a job at Walmart, because that was fucking awesome." That was so cool. Imagine every time you went to Walmart, just some pissed off old dudes, the greeter. It's like, "Welcome to Walmart. Fuck you, you fucking idiot. Get the fuck out of here." I'd go there every day if that was the case. I wouldn't even buy anything. I'd just go get my greeting and leave, because that would make my day. I like meeting miserable people, right? I don't know about you guys, but you ever meet somebody that's like way over the top excited about life and it bugs you? Like I was in line at A&W in a food court once, and the dude working there was fucking thrilled to be working at A&W. He was so happy, I couldn't understand it. He had this huge smile on his face and a pep to his step, and I was like really confused. And then I get up there, and I swear to God, he goes like this. He goes, "Hey there, welcome to A&W. What can I get you?" He even does this fucking thing. I didn't know that this was a real thing, but he did it. I was like, fuck that. I'm going to Subway instead, because I've never seen a happy Subway employee in my life. I don't know what they do to them, right? You don't get eye contact at Subway. The only eye contact you get from a Subway employee is when you make them repeat a question, right? They're making your sandwich, they're like, "Would you like it toasted?" "Pardon? Toasted?" That's all you get from a Subway employee. So that's where I like to go, because I enjoy misery. It's cool. But that's what weed's for, right? Any pot smokers in the room? That probably happens at every show. It's I smoke weed, but this is a rare occasion that I smoke weed and do stuff. I normally can't do things. You guys are probably functioning potheads. You guys can like get high and do stuff. I got lots of friends that can do that. I can't do that, right? Like even my wife, we'll smoke the same amount of weed together. She'll start filing her taxes and doing important shit. Not me. I'm just melting into the couch watching videos of cats doing cool things, because that's all my brain wants to do. Like, you could ask me for a spatula when I'm high. I'm spending 10 minutes trying to remember what the fuck a spatula is, because that's a weird word when I'm stoned. I know it's in the kitchen, but I don't know what it does. It's very confusing. But I don't know, like, I like tonight's an exception, of course. You don't usually make it out of the house when I'm stoned, because I can't. I'm paranoid all the time. I'm always, I don't know what I'm afraid of, but I know some bad shit's gonna happen. But I got stoned during the day, and I got hungry a few weeks ago, and I was like, fuck, I had no food at home. Like, I gotta go somewhere. I'm gonna go to Tim Hortons, because it's 2 blocks from my house. And I had to muster up the courage in front of the mirror for like 10 minutes. And I finally get out, and then what happens on my walk, it's only 2 blocks away, but in the first 30 seconds of my walk, what happened was, you know when someone's walking towards you, and they get too close, and you do that foot thing, you're like, oh, and you fix it? Well, when I'm stoned, I just follow their foot patterns. And now I'm dancing with them. I'm like, oh, shit. I don't know. It feels like it lasts 10 minutes. And it scares the shit out of me. But then I finally get to Tim Hortons, and I have to place my order now, which is a whole fucking other ordeal for me when I'm high. And so I tried to keep it simple. I keep repeating it in my head as I get to the counter. And I place my order there, and the lady's like, "Oh, you're back already?" I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Oh, that's so weird. It must have been someone else who looked exactly like you and ordered the same thing." And I'm like, I'm too high to hear that shit right now. Because one of two things has happened now, right? Either someone looks exactly like me and ordered the exact same thing, or I'm so fucking high, I had no idea I was just here. It's terrifying. So I just grabbed my shit and I walked home, like, checking my shoulders for the other dude so I didn't feel like a fucking crazy person, right? But I do enjoy smoking weed at night when I'm home. I don't know, like, what's your favorite thing about getting high, dude? What? The feeling? How would you describe the feeling? It's great. Fair enough. I don't know about you guys. I like to learn shit when I'm high. I'm hoping you guys can appreciate this because sometimes it's like, because I like to go online when I think about shit, but it's bad too, right? Because like I spent way too much time the other night trying to figure out who the fuck invented bread. I was so high and I'm like, I was eating bread and I'm like, man, who invented this shit? Because like somebody had to make it at some point, right? I don't even know this. Bread doesn't grow on trees. Like somebody a long time ago knew how to make bread. That's amazing, right? So I'm like, fuck it, I'll Google it. And nobody knows. Nobody fucking knows. You can check when you get home. I've already done it. Nobody knows who invented bread. And that's bullshit, right? Bread goes so far back. Like Jesus Christ broke bread. That's how far back that shit goes, right? And he even tried to take credit for it too. He's like, this is my body. No, it's not. It's bread. You have no idea where that came from. There's a whole book about Jesus, not a single line about the dude who invented bread. It's crazy. It's bullshit. And I'm the only one who appreciates it. I know that. That's fine. All right. How many of you guys are doing dabs? Woo! Dan Peters, everybody. He loves his dabs. He greened out one of my buddies once. That was fun. Dan brings back horrible memories. I don't know if you know Dan. He's the guy with the creepy mustache at the back at the bar there. He brought back a really suppressed memory of mine once when we were high together, and it was about my first blowjob. I don't know if anybody here remembers their first blowjob, but mine was awful. I was in the 11th grade, and a friend of mine invites me to his house party that he was having, but he went to a different school, so he had all these different friends. I knew I wouldn't know anybody there, but I was like, fuck it, I'll go to this party. And so I go to his house, and he introduces me to a girl there. As soon as I get there, we were hitting it off. But then randomly while we were hanging out, she goes, Patrick, have you ever gotten a blowjob before? And I was like, no. She's like, do you want one? I was like, yes. If you're offering, I will accept. And she goes, I'll give you a blowjob. I don't care. She goes, but you have to wear a condom, and the light's got to be off. She had some flavored condom she wanted me to wear. So I was like, okay. So we snuck through the party up to my buddy's room, turn off the lights. I put the condom on, and I start getting the blowjob, right? But I can't see anything until she turns the light on from the other side of the room. But I'm still in someone's mouth. I look down, it's my fucking buddy whose house we're at. This is 100% true, right? But this is the weird part. My dick's in his mouth, and he starts laughing like the joke's on me. It's like, got you. Like, what the fuck? And that was it for high school. So I tell people I got no blowjobs. Oh, man. You guys are too rowdy for this show. You guys got to keep it the fuck down, I think. All right. Well, like I said, we've got three very funny guests, good friends of mine, before we bring out your headliner this evening. And this first guy, I'm very excited to bring him up. He's one of the youngest comics here in Hamilton, and he's absolutely killing it. He's open for Doug Stanhope, if you're familiar with him, and which is amazing for this guy. And he's doing great things. He's going to make you laugh this evening. Are you guys ready for your first comic? All right, four of you. Keep it going for Mace Scaloni.
Thanks, everybody. Guys, let's keep it going for Patrick Coppolino. Give it up for him for hosting this. Thank you. My name is Mace. I don't actually smoke weed, but I found out recently that my parents do. Anybody find that out? Yeah, I got nothing against it, but that is kind of weird finding out your parents smoke. That means all those times we watched Disney's Fantasia, they were having a way better time than I was. First time I smelt weed. I didn't even know what it was. I was just like, this smells like that Sharon Lois and Ram concert my parents took me to. My parents are way cooler than me. You know, like my parents are badass. My dad, listen to this. My dad lost his virginity when he was 13. And he told me that when I was 13. That's not parenting. That's a taunt at that point. That's like, hey, what you doing? Oh, just watching TV? By this time in the afternoon, I'd be slamming puss at your age. No. Keep watching Justice League. Don't get off the couch and make me proud. He told me he lost his virginity when he was 13 to a chick who was 25. When I found that out, I was like, crap, I'm probably not going to lose my virginity until I'm 25, and it'll probably be to that same chick in her 60s. But the worst part is I recently caught my parents watching porn. Yeah, exactly. You want to pretend like your parents don't even know what porn is. You would hope that if they caught you watching it, they'd be like, oh my God, what are you watching? Not like, oh nice, I've seen this. Trust me, the sequel is way better. Just skip to number 8. I'll lend you the DVD. Like, that's what you want to think. I caught my parents watching a lesbian threesome where the girls were using Nutella to eat each other out. That's when I found out that catching your parents watching porn is actually worse than catching your parents having sex. Because you know that your parents have sex. I now know what my parents are into. And now I can never eat spreads in my house ever again. We were hanging out, too. We were hanging out, my parents and I. Isn't that weird? Like, somehow that's got to be perverted in some way. We were hanging out. I left the house only to get us fast food. I swear, I was gone like 20 minutes. I come back in. I walk into the living room. My parents are passed out on the couch. The porn is blaring on the TV. I'm standing there horrified. I don't know what you would do in this situation. I don't know what the protocol is. This is what I did. I just went back to the front door. I opened it and then closed it loudly like I was just coming in. I swear to God, I said this. And then I just yelled, "It's burger time. Come and get your burgers." And then I just waited to hear the channel change and go back upstairs like, here's your food, Mom and Dad. You know what? Here's mine, too. Suddenly, I'm not hungry. I'll be in the shower crying if you need me. Because I didn't want them to know, you know? Like, I tried to convince myself that they were just watching something else and then fell asleep and then porn was just the next thing on. You know, but, yeah, I'm pretty sure TV doesn't work like that. I'm pretty sure most channels go with the all-or-nothing approach to porn. You never hear, "Thank you for watching the Marilyn Dennis Show. Stay tuned for Muff Munchers 8. And Nutella was in the porn. That's weird, right? Like the brand Nutella. What is that, product placement? Like, what did the director show up on set like, hey guys, just so you know, we have a new sponsor. It's Nutella. Yes, the breakfast food. Turns out a lot of parents watch this stuff late at night, wake up in the morning, and make their kids lunch. So we want to keep it fresh in their mind. Come back tomorrow. We'll be doing some bondage with some fruit roll-ups. Yeah, that's a terrible way to think of your childhood lunches. Like, what the hell was tuna? I don't know. Yeah, I just heard one person go, ew. Was that behind the bar? Somebody went, ew. All right, maybe I'm getting high. I don't know. I'll tell you guys this. I just got a girlfriend for the first time in my life. Oh, thanks. Or was that a laugh? I couldn't tell. Oh, thank you. Here's the thing. I found out stuff about myself. Like, I found out I can be really jealous. You know, because she works at a bar, and she always gets hit on by, like, drunk alpha males. And it makes me jealous, but really I shouldn't be, you know, because she chose me. That means I'm her type. I shouldn't get worried about her going to the bar. I should get worried about her dropping by a comic book convention, meeting a cute lesbian with more Yu-Gi-Oh cards than me. Like, she gets jealous of me sometimes. That's even crazier. I try to tell her, like, you're a rare breed. Some people don't even think you exist. You're like Sasquatch. I'm not some smooth-talking ladies, man. Hell, I just called you Sasquatch. I don't know. I wish I could stop myself from being insecure, you know. Like, my friend tried to give me advice. This is what he said. He goes, man, love is like a flower. You got to give it space, give it everything it needs to grow, and that flower will bloom. But if you rip it out of the ground and hold it too close to your chest, that flower will be ruined. Which I think that's good advice. But you know what else will ruin that flower? If it gets fucked by that one guy, Jake, from your bar. I'd rather at least hold the flower. That just got weirdly aggressive. I don't know. She also drinks, and that, because I don't drink either. I've never been drunk in my life. But she gets drunk, and then we fight. Mostly because I'm an idiot, you know. Like, she'll get drunk, and then I think I can talk her out of it. Like, I say things like, Cassie, you're only mad about this because you're drunk. As if she's going to go, oh, I never thought of it that way. Now that you pointed out, you know, I'm probably not that mad that the pizza shop is closed at 3 a.m. And probably wasn't your decision to begin with. I'll get over it, Mace. I see the logic now. Never once is like that. I don't know. I don't like drinking. I'm afraid of getting addicted, I think. But my friends, I eat a lot of fast food, and my one friend was like, hey, that can be an addiction too. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if you can compare fast food and alcohol. That's a bar and McDonald's are very different places at 1 in the morning, you know. Like at a bar, everybody's laughing. Everybody's your friend. At McDonald's, you're not even making eye contact. You're just staring at the ground. There's like fluorescent lights and something's always beeping. It's like an emergency room. You're just waiting to get closer to death, though. And you know what? Fast food doesn't mess with your head the same way alcohol does, you know? Like nobody's ever been like, "Oh, baby, I cheated. I'm so sorry. I just had way too many cheeseburgers that night. I saw her, she saw me. She had Big Mac sauce on her mouth. It just happened." Never happens. All right. I was breastfed. Melon heads. I was breastfed. Anybody else? All right. I was breastfed for way too long. I was breastfed until I was 4 years old. Memories start forming at age 2. That means somewhere up here there's 2 years of repressed shame that'll prevent me from ever enjoying a glass of plain white milk or licking the icing off a birthday candle. Just a weird image. And the weirdest part is that's a thing in our family. Like, we had Thanksgiving dinner yesterday, and it comes up. Like, people joke about it. Like, "Oh, remember how Mace was breastfed till he was 4?" While my mom and I are in the room together. That's weird. My sister's like, "I remember it." I'm like, "I remember it." That's way worse. And the weirdest part is my mom tries to blame me. It'll come up, and my mom will always be like, "Well, you wanted it." What? Yeah, I was a baby. That's what I was raised on. That was my food. That's all I knew. You're supposed to take your kid off breastfeeding. Nobody breastfeeds their kid until they're like, "All right, Mom, I think that's about enough. I'll just eat solid food from now on." I saw this the other day. I was driving back from Toronto, and I saw on the side of the highway a billboard that said, "You can text on the train." It was like an ad for Via Rail. Isn't that a weird way to advertise something, though? Like tempting you with a crime? That's like a vacation company being like, "Hey, the age of consent is 13 in Cuba." For the record, I don't know if that stat is accurate. I did not want to Google that. I also saw this. I saw in a store, I saw a comic book print muscle shirt. As if anyone's walking in like, "Oh, finally, something to wear to the comic book store fitness center that I go to. Something to wear on the day I want to play Dungeons & Dragons and street basketball." That person shouldn't exist. Is anybody else with me on that? No? All right. The way I see it, if you make a Venn diagram of all the people in the market to buy comic book shirts and then all the people with muscles, you just have 2 separate circles, one which would beat up the other circle. That's like selling tap-out pocket protectors or an affliction rape whistle. Because let's face it, if you're pro-affliction, you're probably not anti-rape. Nerdiness is weird now. You know, because like there are nerds that get like competitive. Like I've been called a nerd all my life, but now recently I get this like, "Well, you're not a real nerd." That's weird. Like, all right, sure. What are you worried about? Me like taking too much of the pussy being thrown at nerds right now? Like I'm walking down the street and women are just like, "Diane, I'm gonna have to call you back. I just saw a boy in a Justice League shirt. I need that pale flesh inside me right now." Never happens. I don't know why they're worried about it. I'm not like a true nerd. Like there's a lot of things I don't like. Like I don't like Transformers. I don't get Transformers. Because a Transformer to me is an advanced, intelligent alien robot that's also sometimes a car. That's kind of anticlimactic. That's like a world-traveling famous rock star that does a little counting now and then, you know, or a vibrator that doubles as a whisk. No need for the dual purpose. I'm also an atheist. Anybody else? Yeah, we got one. It's I don't know. I don't really care if you believe in God. I just don't have a good reason to, you know. But it always seems like religious people don't have a good reason either. Like it seems like they're always coming up with it on the fly. You know, my one friend. This is what he says. He goes, "Man, God is love." What is that? That's just 3 words slapped together. That's no different than like Santa Claus is lust, or the Easter Bunny is jealousy, or the ghost of Rosa Parks is swag. It's no different. My mom says this. She goes, "Well, I don't think God is a man in the sky. I think God is an energy in the universe that gives us strength." An energy in the universe that's not God. That's the Force. That's Star Wars. I also had a roommate who was really religious, and we used to debate it all the time, which is kind of stupid. But this is what he said. He goes, "Well, man, you can't prove God doesn't exist." Which, yeah, because that's not how logic works, you know? I can't do that to him. Like, when we were living together, I couldn't just be like, hey, man, you can't prove Jesus didn't eat your pizza pockets. He's like, you're eating them right now in front of me. I can see you doing it. I'm like, you got to look with your heart, not your eyes. God is love. All right. I shouldn't pause like that. I should just keep going with the momentum, but I forgot my joke, my next joke. I'll tell you this. I have an older sister. I have two older sisters. My older sister is a lesbian. Anybody here gay? No? All right. She is a lesbian. I just thought that'd be a weird thing to say that might get your attention. I do have an older sister who's a lesbian, and she came into the closet when I was in high school, so she's like 20 or 21. And my parents didn't care, by the way. You know, some parents get mad. My parents were more shocked to find out I liked girls. But it is crazy that homophobia still exists, you know? Like, on some level, I think we're all a little uncomfortable with things that we don't quite understand. But to be homophobic is a different level of obsession. You have to be thinking about gay sex way more than the people that are having it. You know, gay people just think about it and then have it and then go watch True Blood. You're sitting in your basement angrily making posters out of Bristol board, like, God hates fags. Where's my glitter? That's how much they hate gay people. They feel compelled to do arts and crafts. They're like in the basement of the Westboro Baptist Church, like, all right, I got the crazy sisters. Who's got the Bristol board? All right, Dave, let me see this. Damn it, Dave. This is cobalt. I told you I wanted cornflower blue. No, Dave, we don't have time for you to go back. Just give me back my Michael's Points card. We're going to have to make this work. God damn it, I was going to put this on burnt sienna. I wanted to pop. This isn't going to pop. Another guy's like, hey, I got this ribbon. We could put that around the letters. That is a great idea. Thanks, I saw that on Pinterest. Do they have the neatest stuff on there, or do they have the neatest stuff on there? They got the neatest stuff on there. What are you even nodding for, Dave? I bet you don't even have Pinterest, you queer. All right, even I got confused in that one. That was a little long for that joke. The thing that I get offended by about it is, like, some homophobic people say gay people shouldn't be parents. You know, have you heard that? Like, they say they're going to screw their kids up. Some people even say they're going to make their kids gay. Who is learning their sexuality from their parents? Like, whose dad is calling them in? Like, hey, son, come here. See that right there? That's a vagina. That's the good stuff. That's what you want to go for right there. No. Stay there, Diane. That's the good stuff. Go for that. Granted, it's not as good as it was when I met your mother back in the 70s, but... And scene. Just a weird act out. But it is crazy. Like, the way I see it is that these gay people are probably going to raise their kid the same way as everybody else, with their sex life coming up very little, you know. Probably won't be coming to breakfast in the morning like, oh, boy, Timmy, your daddy rocked your daddy hard last night. Pass me my cushion, would ya? And here's your lunch. It's Nutella. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the show. There's some awesome comics. Let's keep it going for Patrick Coppolino.
Hey, Scaloni. Woo. All right. I don't know if you could tell, but Mace loves eating asshole. He likes to lick the butthole. Anybody else here do that? Did you just nod? I can't tell. No? Well, you should fucking try it, dude. It's fun. The technical term for it is analingus. If you haven't tried it, please do. There's a table of 4 girls over there. They're lying too. None of you? It's here's the thing. Like, if you told me a few years ago that I'd lick someone's asshole, I'd think that was gross. Now, might as well be a bowl of ice cream. I'm in. Fuck it. Fuck it. After a bath, of course. But here's the thing. It's fun because it doesn't matter what gender you are. You can both give and receive analingus. I've done both, but I've only received it once involuntarily. She just went for it. She didn't ask, which is a very important step, by the way. If you're going to lick someone's butthole, you might want to tell them first, right? Because they may not be ready for it. I wasn't ready. She just went for it. And I don't mean like, ooh, surprise ready. I mean, I don't maintain it for that ready. Poo comes out of there. That's all I know. My legs go numb fast, so I wipe enough that it doesn't touch my boxers when I sit down. So she was in for a surprise. And to make it worse, I have hemorrhoids. Not even lying. I know. It must have been like licking a wet pile of raisins with cat hair in it. It's fucking gross. It's so gross. But she did it for a long time. I expected at least one. Nothing. So I let her finish. Because it feels good. It's true, though. I unfortunately got hemorrhoids at a young age. I don't know about you guys. Anybody else here rocking the roids? No. I had one so big once. I swear, I got them when I was 18, but the worst I ever had was on my 19th birthday. It was so big, it was the size of a fucking UFC fighter's ear. It was huge. It was ready to go. I had some pizza on the way, and I was getting ready to go out, and I fucking sneezed and gave myself my first period. It was awful. Fucking ruined my jeans. I didn't know. I didn't know, though, that it burst right away. It just hurt a lot, right? So I sat down, because that's what you do when your butt explodes. And it wasn't until I got up I could feel my boxers peeling off the back of my leg, and that's how I knew that something had happened. And like I said, I didn't go to emergency like a normal person, because like I said, I had pizza coming, so fuck that. I spent my night on my stomach eating pizza using Kleenex as like a pad or a tampon. I would just fold them in half and tuck them, which was a great idea because I had to change them like every 10 minutes, right? Because it bleeds a lot. So when I pulled them out, every time I opened them, they looked like those Warshak things. They had the cool designs on them. It was really cool. So I framed them and I hung them in my apartment. Because people ask me where I got those. I get to save my butt. I made those with my butt. If you think any of that shit's creepy, your next dude, good friend of mine, like I said, he hosts the Sunday nights here, the 7:10 Sundays. He's a very funny dude, good friend of mine. You guys are going to love him. Give it up for Creepy Uncle Dan.
Who would have thought the weirdo with the big mustache would end up getting the microphone? You guys are lucky, actually, tonight. If you look at who's on your show, your headliner, Ryan Horwood, is a TV star who does some Canadian TV, tours across Canada. Patrick Coppolino, your host, just finished doing Tom Green's world tour through the States and New Zealand and that. Mace, who opens for Doug Stanhope and Gilbert Gottfried. Now you've got Manolis, who tours the world. And me. That's what we're doing. That's what's going on. And I write jokes like this. I met a woman online the other day, and I don't know if this has happened to anybody else. When I met the woman, what was in front of me didn't match the profile picture that she had sent me. Has anybody else encountered this? You guys are all young stallions still? Yeah, because I'm looking at this picture, I'm like, holy crap, man. This woman has got some serious Photoshop skills. She has airbrushed most of the wrinkles out of her anus. I didn't agree to meet this. This is not the photo that I agreed to meet. It's going to get weirder, girls. If you Google Creepy Uncle Dan, it might explain a little bit. You girls ever had this? I did a show. I've never had this happen before. I did a show the other day. I was like the fourth or fifth comic on the show, and every comedian before me had a joke about the first time they saw their dad's balls. Has everybody been traumatized by seeing their dad's balls? Girls in the booth? Everybody? No? Yeah? Everybody wears welder's mask when they're around the house? Nobody sees shit? Yeah, I don't believe you. Yeah, fuck, I can think of it. It was including female comics, had the story about the first time they saw their dad's balls. So I got thinking about it later in the night. I'm like, oh my God, I've got kids. And I've got balls. Have my kids seen my balls? So today at breakfast, I put the issue to rest. Just daddy nuts and Cheerios. You want to know two things that were heard last week at my show? Somebody whispered to somebody else at a show near McMaster University, can you believe that someone let this man ejaculate in her 4 times? Because I disclosed I had 4 kids. That was a loving line that was thrown out. And I did a show at Yuk Yuks on the weekend, and when I delivered one of my punchlines, someone in the audience said, oh, God, no. Oh, you guys are so fucking high. It's really unique to perform in rooms like this as a comedian, and it's not necessarily for the faint of heart, because you guys are with us, and we know you're with us, but you're just so high. You're just enjoying shit, right? There's only one way I can describe from a comedian's perspective what it's like to perform to a Vapor Lounge, and I'm lucky to be able to perform in most of them. It's like having sex with a coma victim. It is. There's no other way to describe it. It's like that scene in Kill Bill. Everybody's seen Kill Bill? Great Quentin Tarantino movie. You know this scene where Uma Thurman's in her peaceful slumber of her coma, and the orderly is pimping her out to people throughout the night. I think one of the guys' names was Buck, and he liked to fuck. So that's what this is like. You guys are Uma Thurman. I'm Buck. I'm going to give you the best I can and have the time of my life. I don't know what you guys are thinking. I don't know what you're feeling. Same rules will apply, though. I won't leave any bite marks or come in anybody's hair, so we'll keep this a clean show. I learned a couple of things this week that I'll share with you. Never use Purell hand sanitizer as a cheap alternative to Astroglide personal lubricant. That's a good one. I know, they look the same. I can assure you they have very different purposes, though. On the plus side, though, ladies, I have completely germ-free junk. I also learned never to eat sushi in a restaurant where the word sushi is spelled out in the front window with electrical tape. That's a definite no-go. I was just doing dabs. Is anybody else doing dabs besides my buddies over there? Everybody familiar with dabs? I'm not worried about people leaving. I'm used to it. It's like my personal, I just got like 4 standing ovations. That's what I call them when I clear a room. They're going to hitchhike or do whatever rebels and outlaws do. Young gangsters. I'm really high. I'm very easily distracted. Yeah, I was doing a couple dabs over there. If anybody hasn't experienced doing dabs, I would invite you to do so. There's only one way I could describe the taste of a dab. Every time I do a dab, it tastes like the most beautiful angel just came down from heaven and queefed in my mouth. It's fucking tasty. You know, you're a stoner when you get excited that Tim Hortons serves breakfast until noon, but you're never able to make it. So I do this, folks. I do it for the strange stares and fleeting glances of young girls that are creeped out in the booth. Oh, if you don't laugh, I'm going to follow one of you home. My transfer expired. I need somewhere to stay. Can you ask your dad, can I stay over? Me and Minerva. Minerva's my mustache. It's going to be a 1-year relationship at the end of the month. We're very excited. God, Minerva's the goddess of wisdom. If any of you want to learn anything. Where did everybody go? This is like having dinner with my kids. Fuck. I wish I was joking. Like my kids would have dinner with me. Not with this mustache. I got 3 daughters, man. They want no part of me with this thing on my face. It's kind of nice. I don't have to put up with the incessant arguing. But, yeah, I don't know if you girls have ever played this game with your dad. I've got 3 daughters. Don't worry, I'm not that creepy. They like to, when they were younger, they used to like to send me out to purchase their feminine hygiene products. Is that a common thing? My daughters thought it was fucking hilarious to send me out. Okay, so there's some honesty in the room. Yeah, and I'm not one to take notes and stuff like that, and they all want something different. So I tried embarrassing them one time in the narrow aisles of a Shoppers Drug Mart by loudly, openly discussing what each of their individual needs were. That didn't go down that well. Now they won't come in the Shoppers Drug Mart with me. So what we did was we came up with 2 signs or 2 signals that require no verbal communication between the 2 of us, then I know exactly what it is that each of them is looking for. So we narrowed it down to the stick-me-ups, which is, of course, the tampon group of lady products. And then we had the lay-me-downs, which is the second sign, which is the non-condom group of lady products. So that's what we need. We need this or we need that. So it was a while ago now, but I couldn't remember what they wanted. I could see them through the front window of the Shoppers Drug Mart, and our interaction was something like this. Yeah. Apparently one of them thinks she's an angel. I looked after a friend's puppy a couple of weekends ago. And does anybody, a dog lover here, anybody have dogs? No? Yeah, okay. Is it common? I know the answer now, but I was unaware that dogs like to actively forage through garbage cans. In particular, the bathroom garbage can. Yeah. You might have an idea where this is going. Yeah, so I had a lady over the other night, and this puppy that I was watching, a nice puppy, it was housebroken and everything, decided to take something from the bathroom, washroom one weekend when my kids were over and present it with me in the middle of the living room. I can best describe it as like a scene from CSI Barbie, you know, like somebody had been murdered on one of the single mattresses in the Malibu beach house. Yeah, it was a maxi pad, or whatever you call them, panty liners. I don't fucking know. So yeah, so I said never again will I ever have this happen. So what I did for the remainder of the weekend was I took the shredder from my office and put it in the bathroom, and then I told my daughters when they're done, just take it off and go, and it goes down the toilet. It's an idea that worked on paper. Apparently it clogs the plumbing. Which means for the remainder of the weekend, now I have this dry bag of shredded matter from my daughters, and because you guys get all your periods in line, and yeah, so now I have this bag of shredded matter, which could have been an embarrassing predicament, except in a very strange twist of fate. Her mother's getting married, a big Italian wedding, confetti's on me. I'd be overhand winging it, and put on a glove and just start overhand winging it at the bride. That would be. I was watching TV the other day, and Dr. Phil came on. And normally I wouldn't watch Dr. Phil, but the reason I did was because the topic of the day, which was dangerous teen trends. And like I've already mentioned, I've got 4 teenagers, and 3 of them are teenage girls. And word around the neighborhood is they all have vaginas. And I just fucked that joke up, so we're moving on to the next one. That was a good one, too. That's okay. I have many. Many, many. Yeah. I only hang out with comics now, which means I lack the social skills to deal with the general population in a normal fashion. And it gets weird. It can get annoying, too. Like the other day, we were ordering pizza, and we couldn't figure out what the toppings were. And you know how the more people there are, the harder it gets. So I thought I'd keep things simple on the topping issue, and I said, there's 2 things I don't eat, guys, cock and olives. As long as they're not on the pizza, we're good to go. It was easy. And then Manolis, one of my buddies, is coming up in a second. Manolis chimes in without even missing a beat. He goes, well, at least we know he doesn't eat olives. Yeah, implying that I suck cock. Which I do because I haven't found anybody that wants to give me rent money once a month to have me gag on their olive. These are tough economic times. I did a show in Montreal on the weekend. And by doing a show in Montreal, I mean buying a big brick of hash. That's the truth, actually. This is the joke. We paid $1.60 a liter for gas. Can you believe that? $1.60 a liter? Did you know gas is getting so expensive now that huffers no longer sniff gasoline but snort cocaine in order to save money? It's horrible. It's always a good sign. Everybody having fun? I'm going to try. I'm not losing it. I'm good. You checking to see if I'm losing it? That is the biggest vape bag going. Good on you, ladies. Looks like fun. I saw an interesting sign down in Westdale by McMaster University, and it was free Wi-Fi at the laundromat. And I don't know if that's common or not. I thought that's kind of a cool idea. I thought it was certainly a more efficient and entertaining way for me to get my laundry done. More entertaining because I'd be able to use their Wi-Fi to look at the filthiest of porn I would never want to associate it with my home internet account. And entertaining, oh my God. We're bailing on that one, too. I host a show on Sunday. It's like my cleanup act. All the jokes I fuck up tonight I do on Sunday. We start early on Sunday, actually at 7:10, which is a dab reference. So we did an opening dab at 7:10 Winnipeg time, which is 8:10 because we're a bunch of stoners trying to coordinate a comedy show, you know. So I'm going to do my joke one more time, and I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to try this one I fucked up. I was watching Dr. Phil the other day. And normally I wouldn't watch Dr. Phil, but the reason I did was because the topic of the day, which is dangerous teen trends. And I have 4 teenagers, and I wanted to know if they were doing something cool I hadn't tried yet. So I made sure to watch the whole episode. And there's only one dangerous teen trend that stands out in my mind. It's something called slimming, otherwise known as the vodka tampon. Has everybody heard about this? Yeah, I'm freaking. Yeah, it is just what it sounds like. Girls want to get drunk fast. They don't want to smell like alcohol. They want to hide it from their parents, so they're taking tampons, soaking them in vodka, and putting them in their vaginas. Is that not crazy? I know. Most women think I'm the worst thing they could put in their vaginas. It's no longer the case. I'm now vagina number 2. It's a very important point. I know it's crazier, and the more I think about it, the crazier it gets. Like I said, I've got 4 teenagers, and 3 of them are teenage girls, and word around the neighborhood is they all have vaginas. So I felt they need to give them some advice. And I'm a really simple guy, so the advice I gave my daughters was really simple. I said, girls, I don't care if you drink. I really don't care how much you drink. But please, when you drink outside of the box. I don't know. Made sense at the time. I know. Tell me about it. As if parenting teenage girls cannot get any more complicated. Somebody invents a vodka tampon. I mean, in the past, when my daughters came home late and I thought they were drinking, I'd ask to smell their breath. Now it's just horribly, horribly awkward. You guys have been awesome. Like I said, I do a show on Sunday nights at 7:10. We always start with a dab at 7:10. If you don't know what a slab dab is, we did a dab off a big piece of dab slabbing stuff. What the fuck's it called? Shatter. On the email. Yeah, I can't even remember my favorite hobby. Okay, you guys are awesome. I know you're paying attention. You're just all baked. Let's bring Patrick back up.
The band is hanging on the Late Show with Dave.
Dan Peters, woo! All right. I think, I'm not sure if those dudes left for sure, but there's some seats up here. There's also these tables that have not been filled. If anybody would like to sit down, like the lovely people in the booths, you guys are laughing, you're listening. It'll be way better for us, at least, if you're up closer. If you guys just want to move, that'd be fun. You guys want to, where are you going? You're leaving? God damn it, Marco. All right. All right. Well, we'll fill these seats. If you people want to come move up, and the girls that are in the other booth, if you want to come to the front. Mace Scaloni brought up the fact that Cuba might have an age of consent of 13 years old. I don't know if that's true. He didn't know either. What's the age of consent here? Does anybody know? 16? That used to be 14? That's crazy. But see, like, I always wondered how the age of consent works. Like, is it like if you get a note from their parents, does that, like, on a school trip, like, does that count? And if you do get one, do you need one every time, or is it? I don't know. Well, if anybody knows, it'll probably be your next comic, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are going to love him. He's one of my best friends, and you might recognize him from the Comedy Network or Just for Laughs. He's here for you guys tonight. Give it up for Manoli Zantanos.
Do you want your water, Pat? Is that yours? It's Dan's. I'm not touching it. Thank you, ladies. 3 ladies in the booth. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Put your hands together for these 3 ladies. You all are. You're. That's it. If you leave us, we're fucked. Okay. You're like, there's just me and Ryan. We need you. Please don't leave. Promise us. You smoke all the pot you want. All right. After I'm done, if you want, I'll rub your back while you smoke pot. I'll be your like pot boyfriend. I'll do anything you want. I'm at I'll tell some jokes. I don't know what to tell. Okay, here, I'll do this one. I'm at a point in my life now when a woman approaches me at a bar, I treat them the same way I treat a homeless person. I'm always like, sorry, I don't have any money. I'm sorry. That was joke 1. All right. That's what I want. That's what I want from you, hon. What's your name? Yeah. No. Yeah, you. Yeah. No, stop it. I don't want to fight. What's your name? Tina. Okay, Tina. I'm gonna get your name's Tina. Okay. All I want from you is when I do a joke, I don't want you to laugh. I want you to put your hand over your mouth and stop the laughter. That's what I need. I don't want to hear you too. That's perfect. Just go like. I want you to like, because I don't want laughter. They say they say you need a license to hunt. You need a license to drive a car, but you don't need a license to be a parent, right? But if you did, wouldn't that be a great way out? Say, listen, baby, I want to be there for you and the kids. And right after I pass this test, I'm there. All right, sounds like more of a good idea than a joke. Do girls ever like cruise the internet for like porn? Yeah, you like porn? Do you have a favorite porn site? Pornhub? Okay, I like porn. Yeah, he loves it. He's watching it right now in the booth, this guy right here. That's why his pants are off. John looks like a giant dildo over there right now. It's awesome. Pornhub, how about you, Tina? What's your favorite? YouPorn? Yeah, YouPorn's good. Do you like UJizz? No, that's a good one. I like that. It's YouPorn usually? All right. What do you look for when you look for porn? What do you usually watch? What turns you on? Because I'd like to know. What? Your boyfriend? There's another guy? Were you planning on breaking my heart tonight? Was that your... He's like, I'm going to come down and tell the comedian that I have a boyfriend. And now I'm going to go home and go to YouPorn and fucking take care of myself. Sorry, I apologize. I didn't realize this was gonna happen to me tonight. I'm kind of choked actually. I'm sorry. You're not drunk? I'll get you drunk if that means that what I gotta do. Get you drunk and then maybe I look better. 20 more beers and I'll look like Brad Pitt. Right now I look like Brad Pitt with a thyroid problem. You don't want that. No one wants that. But you like watching couples have sex on porn sites. Is that what you're saying? Like a guy and a girl fucking, that's your thing? I guess. How about you, Hanya? Is that what you like? Really? You know, I like that stuff. Do you know what it is? You know what it is about that though? It's the fucking once the pixelated like fuck off. I can't as soon as I see the pixel I move on. I can't. I'm like, you want me to drain my balls to fucking pixelated fucking bullshit? Fuck you, all right? Like enough with the pixel. Give me a fucking good old fashioned cartoon porn with unpixelated vaginas and unpixelated cocks. What, I'm supposed to jerk off to a cartoon face coming? Enough. You know, like they're fucking anyway. You feel my pain, right? Okay, so like I like going to porn sites too. All of them are good to me, but this is what I hate. I hate like the names sometimes because I find they're negative. Do you ever see the one college sluts? That's negative. I don't like the fact that it says college sluts. I came up with my own name for instead of college sluts. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, here it goes. It's just to be like, why not girls that are going to college that are also trying to get an education so they can get a good job one day, but for now, in their spare time, they also like to fuck dudes on film for money so they can dedicate their spare time to studying so they can graduate from college to get a good job one day. And if they choose to keep doing porn after college, they are not sluts, but educated women that like to fuck too. .com. I would jerk off to that, okay? All right, just me. All right, fine. What's that? You'd have to bookmark it? Okay, we'll do that. We'll bookmark it together. How long you been going out with your dude? How long? 10 fucking years? I got no fucking chance with you, lady. What the fuck? How am I going to get rid of some guy of 10 years? You've been with this guy 10 years. I got to get rid of fucking, what's his name? Al. Fucking Al. Yeah, I got to get rid of fucking Al. He probably been fucking presses trucks and shit. Al. If you want to ask me something? Al sounds like a jerk, okay? I know not. Look, your friends are laughing because it's true. I know nothing about Al, but I don't like him, all right? Is he friends with Paul Simon? That's how it came out. You can call me Al. I heard a thing about that song, actually. You know how Paul Simon came up with the song, You Can Call Me Al? He went to a party, I guess in New York, just a fucking party, and the guy didn't know who he realized he was. He introduced him as Al to like 20 people at this party and never corrected him. He like thought it was hilarious that it's like, yeah, you can call me Al, and that's kind of the idea how it came. Interesting fact. It's not funny. It's okay. We're growing as a couple. We're growing. I am going to work this relationship until Al's out of the picture and I'm in. Look, I got a picnic table on my back. What more do you need? I will be there. I will fucking rub your feet before we go to bed. Does Al do that? Does Al rub your feet? Yeah, that's right. You're not answering because I don't fucking think so. I will rub your feet. Like, see, this girl, your friend, she's like, you know what? I'm going to take him. Fuck. I'm going to go. Now I'm going to date your friend. That's it. You're out, lady. You and Al can get fucking married. I don't care. Your friend's with the giant fucking weed bag. She's also fucking taken? Twice. I gotta fight 2 fucking dudes? Oh, wait. Are you girls? Wait. You're into chicks? Wait, and guys, so are you fucking her? Oh, her? No, this girl and another guy. Does the guy know about her? We all live together, right? It's a really happy dude. Yeah, I bet you. Hey, man, what's his name? Brian. Like, you can say, like, everybody knows him. That's so Brian. That's so Brian living with 2 hot chicks in a fucking apartment. I bet you Brian's always relaxed, isn't he? Yeah, because he fucking gets to drain his balls every day. Are you, I get it. So you guys are like, Brian stays in the middle. You both wear, like, strap-ons, and that's what happens? Is he like a dog, Brian? Like, Brian has to, like, sleep at the end of the bed like this? Please don't hurt me. No, look, oh, no, don't say that about Brian. I love Brian. All right. There's no in. I have no in. You got Brian, you got this chick. How about you, hon? Who are you? You got her and what you got? Who are you dating? Who are you dating? Yeah. Her and is not fucking 42 other people? No? You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to date you. Fuck it. I got this guy. Go. I'm going to fuck his asshole. Yeah, you can walk, but I'm going to catch you. Fucking guys. I'm fucking really upset. I love you, ladies. I love you. You need attention. I want to give you. Oh, he's serious. He thinks he's gonna fuck me now. Look at, hey, easy, buddy. Listen, we got the same color shirts, but that's it. We'll fuck after the show. No, not a chance, dude. All right, you can fuck me. What do you say? I'll go. I sleep on my belly. It's all good. We won't tell anybody. The girls can videotape. You have what? We have someone from Calgary here. What? What? We're on the fucking internet? Are you kidding me? That's fucking amazing. Ladies, we're on the internet. We're famous. Who's the person? Finally, who's it from out? Bravo 420? Where's the fucking camera? Where's the camera? Oh, right there. Bravo 420, thank you for listening. And I'd like to know if you are dating anybody, because these girls are fucking all taken. So if you could make my dreams come true, I would also say bravo to you. Okay? Bravo just went offline. Fuck this. What the fuck is this? You ever say that, ladies? You ever say that? I have that saying. It's like, oh, I feel like I got a butterfly in my stomach. You ever say that? You ever think butterflies are ever like, oh, I feel like I got a human in my stomach. Oh my God, there's a few. I feel like I got Manolis fucking in my stomach. Fuck. That's my name, Manolis. You ever? I would say fuck if I was a butterfly. You know? Because if you're in a cocoon for 9 months, wouldn't you just first thing you get out of a fucking cocoon, you'd be like, fuck, right? But then you'd go, I got a fucking wings. And then you're like, fuck it. And you're like, and fly away. Everything's cool. That'd be the best, right? Imagine, ladies, you had wings. All of you had wings. You know, it'd be great. You know, like, he's like, see you, Tina. Bye, Sally. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to fuck everybody else except Manolis. Blah, blah, blah. And you just fly home all drunk, but you'd be home in no you'd be home in no time. Fucking no problem. But then everybody has wings. If you three have wings, that means everybody's got these fucking butterfly wings, right? Then what happens? You're flying home all fucked up. You're drunk. No, you're a good flyer. You're not hitting anything. You're just flying. You're fucking cruising, man. You're just gliding at that point, you know, just fucking right in the air. You're almost home. Next thing you know, cop flies beside you. He's like, you fucking flying and drinking? And you're like, yeah. You know you're not supposed to fly and drink. I fucking know that. Get down. And now and then, you know, what do they do when you fly and drink? They clip your wings. Now you just got clipped wings. You got these butterfly wings, but they're clipped. Right? Until you for 9 months. Probably 9 months. It'd always be 9. Now you're just a fucking asshole with these fucking giant wings. And you're knocking shit over. You're just fucking. And all your friends are like, why is your wings clipped? And you're like, I was flying and drinking. You were flying and drinking? Yeah, I was flying and drinking. You know you're not supposed to fly and drink. I fucking know that. You don't think I fucking know that? You think I want to have this fucking conversation right now? Go fuck yourself. I don't know where to go with that, at least. But that's what I picture. That's what I picture. It'd be like if you had butterfly wings. What else I got here? You ever hear that saying? It's like, you racist son of a bitch. Have you ever heard that, ladies? Why can't a guy just be racist and his mom's a nice lady? You know, why can't it be, you racist son of a? You know what, man? Your mom's okay. I like your mom. I don't get. Your mom's so nice. I don't even give a fuck that you're racist. All right. Your mom makes us Rice Krispie squares on Sundays. That's all I need. You racist piece of shit. You racist piece of shit. Yeah, just don't think. No, mom. Racist. You racist son of a bitch. And you racist piece of shit. See, now I don't need. Now, you know what? I don't even need to joke anymore. You just solved my problems. No. It's okay. I'm just joking. You girls are adorable. I love you, ladies. I'm gonna leave though, but can you watch? I'm sorry. Oh, now you like? I'm leaving. Now I'm leaving. Oh. Yeah. Now you know. Well, now fuck Al, right? Yeah. Forget him. You already forget about Al. You're like, I want the homeless guy with the nice shirt. That's what I want. I want the homeless guy that has a picnic table on his body. That's what I want. I will sleep in your garage. That's all that's just give me a little bit of warmth and some bacon. Once a day, I'll live forever. But listen, your headliner's next, and you're gonna love him. He's funnier than me. You're gonna love it. Please enjoy your show. Thank you very much, everyone. Good night.
Manolo Zantanos, everybody. Woo. All right. It is headliner time, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are in for a treat. You guys got a very special show, an intimate show, the Swingers booth over there. Would you guys want to move up? It's the last comic of the evening. There's there's comfy couches. Yeah, but you can't bring the volcano? Oh. Well, Dan will run your bags back and forth. We'll put them to work. All right, well, if you don't want to move up, hopefully. What's going on? It's a doobie? Oh, thank you. All right. This is the headliner doobie. And we pass it to him when he gets on stage, and he's got to smoke the whole thing? Is that how that works? You want it back? All right, well, then we'll get him up here. You guys are in for a treat. I fucking love this dude. He came out from Toronto. He kills it everywhere he goes. Give it up for the very funny Mr. Ryan Horwood.
Hey, smoke that, dude. Smoke it. I do want it back, but smoke it, man. I host a kids show on YTV. There you go, yeah. Here, man, yeah. Yeah, dude, smoke it, man. I love this place, guys. Thanks for having me at Melonheads. This stage actually looks too nice for the degenerates that have been up here tonight. It really does, though, doesn't it? Like, it looks so nice. It looks like some Jewish princess's bedroom. That's what it looks like. And it kind of looks like her coming home from like her first year at college, where she's like, "I don't even give a shit, Dad. I smoke fucking weed now. I smoke it, Dad. And I let boys fuck me." Which I didn't do before, Dad. In a weird place. I just got back from Halifax, and this is the weirdest thing that happened because I live in Toronto. I'm not from there. And there was a time where I was used to people doing what this guy did in Halifax, but I was in Halifax. And I went to cross the road in Halifax, and it's like a busy street. And before I could hit the pavement, this guy in the fucking car stops. You know, I spent enough time in Toronto where I was so fucking confused. I looked at the guy, and I'm like looking at him, and I'm looking at the fucking light. I'm like, it's green. And I'm looking at the guy, and I'm giving him a look like, why aren't you going? Because you can go right now. And he's looking at me like, are you retarded? I've stopped my car so you can cross the fucking road, but I'm from Toronto. I never expected anyone to fucking do that, you know what I mean? So I look like an idiot long enough before I realize he stopped his car so I can walk across the street. So as I'm walking across the street, I'm trying to give him, because the windows are up, I'm trying to give him that look like, I'm sorry. I'm clearly a fucking idiot. You know, like one of those quick things. And he gives me a look where he's like, I get it. I realize you're an idiot. And I figure that's it. It's over. And then this is the part that really blew my fucking mind. I get past the car. The car's not the only thing that stopped for me. A cyclist had stopped for me to cross the road. A fucking cyclist. And I was like, Halifax, what the fuck is with you? Halifax. And I look at the biker, but I can talk to him. He doesn't have windows. So I look at him and I go, because he's been, I guess, looking at me the whole time like this guy's retarded. And I look at him and I was actually able to say to him, I go, hey man, I'm sorry. I'm not from here. And he just, I fucking shit you not. He looks at me and he goes, welcome to Halifax. Ching ching. And then fucking rides his bike away. And I was like, am I in a commercial for fucking Halifax right now? Nice place, Halifax. Fucking friendly fucking people there in Halifax. Like, I'm putting my foot on the road and he stopped, and I honestly, my first thought was, is he setting me up? He's setting me up to fucking run me down. He's just waiting for me to get in like an optimum spot in the road, and then he's gonna kill me. And he's been waiting for me to. And then I got home from Halifax, and I get a phone call from my buddy Steve, and Steve calls me, and he goes, this is all he says, is all he needed to say. I talked to Steve. He's like one of my only buddies from high school I still talk to. And he calls me and he goes, this is all he says, he goes, sit down. And when your friend calls you and says that, you're like, what? And he goes, honestly, you're going to want to sit down for this. And I'm like, what the fuck? I go, really? And he goes, yeah, sit down. And I go, okay, I'm sitting. He goes, I found Maddie. And Maddie was this friend of ours in high school who was a part of our like 4-buddy clique. You know, like everybody here, you got that crew of your boys, right? And one day, out of nowhere, Maddie just fucking disappeared. Stopped calling us. Nobody did anything to Matt. We didn't think. And then he just fell off the fucking map. 17 years later, I get home last week. Steve calls me. I found Maddie. Sit down. I'm like, what the fuck? You found that guy? And I sit down on the couch, and he goes, so I found Maddie, and he's working for his dad's company. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of what I figured had happened. It's a really good company. They make good money. And you had me sit down for that? He's like, that's not it. Maddie's working for his dad's company, but he's working for his dad's company as Matilda. Because Matt now lives as a woman. Yeah. And I don't got nothing against that, but like for me, all I could think was like, well, that fucking makes sense. That's why you just disappear. We were shitty kids. How the fuck do you sit down with your high school buddies and try to explain that to a bunch of shitty dudes? All we did was like acid, smoke bongs, and play fucking 64. That's all we did, you know? Like, how is he gonna fucking break that to us? We're sitting down playing fucking Nintendo, and he was gonna say to us at some point, hey, guys, you know how I always pick Princess Peach? He's gonna, like, how is he gonna do? Like, the worst part is Matt was the best at making fun of me. Like, he was the best at the fat jokes and everything like that. He was always really quick. And if hindsight, you know what I mean? Like, if I had known then what I know now, you know? He would have been like, Horwood, you've got boobs. And I would have been like, you wish you had these, you know? Like, I could have been... He could have been like, you know, Horwood, you're fat. And I would have been like, you're going to be a girl. So, fuck off. Like, I'm just saying I would have won a few more arguments. Maddie and I and our buddies... At Matt's dad's business one time, we were in high school. This is a little weird. We were in high school, and we smoked a bunch of bongs, and it was after hours. And this place was like, you could shoot a Bond film in this fucking building. It was awesome. It had catwalks. It was like a geological engineering joint. And we smoked a bunch of buckets. I don't know if you guys have ever ripped buckets, but they're a good time, you know? Yeah, we ripped a bunch of buckets, and then we decided we were going to play. We're in grade 12, and we decided that we were going to play hide and seek, because the building was so big and awesome. So we got all obliterated stoned, and then we played hide and seek, and I found the best spot. And like a Sengoku ninja, I crammed my fat ass into this like shelf thing. And like the whole time, and this is before people had cell phones, I could have watched Netflix today. Back then, it was just 2 hours of silence, because that's how long I was there. 2 hours. I was baked, I'm laying in this shelf. 2 hours later, I'm looking at my fucking watch, and I'm like, I'm very good at this game. I might be the goddamn best at this game. I must have won, right? It's been 2 hours, so I fucking sneak out of my spot, and as I'm coming out of my thing, I see my other buddy. He's coming out of a spot, and he looks at me, and he goes, you didn't get caught? I'm like, no, I didn't get caught. You didn't get caught? He's like, no, I didn't get caught. I'm like, we're fucking awesome at this game. And then another one of our buddies, he comes out of his spot, and he's like, I had the best spot over here. I didn't get caught. And I'm like, well, I don't know if you had the best spot, because I had a, but no, you know, everybody starts to come out. And then we're all standing there in the middle of this fucking factory, and we're looking around. And then that's when Maddie goes, ah, fuck. And we're like, what? And he goes, we didn't pick a seeker. So essentially, it was like 5 dudes ripped a giant bong, and then walked to opposite corners of a giant warehouse, and then sat down for 2 hours. Like, I just think that, like, for Matt's dad, if he was watching the security cameras the next day, it would have been so fucking confusing for him, you know what I mean? Like, oh, Matt, what are you doing, you little shithead? Smoking your fucking drugs? Now what are you doing? Where the fuck are you all going? And then we sit down, and he goes, well, this is weird. I'm going to fast forward 20 minutes and see what they're up to. And we still, like, he would have been like, are they beating off? What the fuck are they doing, you know? Anyway, that was just the weird. That's been my week, is what I'm saying. It's been a weird week. We found Matilda. So random. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, I have 2 new roommates. Well, I have 4 new roommates, but 2 of them are really entertaining. The other 2 are my friends Henny and Brian, and they're boring. But the other 2 roommates I have are Turtle and Buster. And Turtle is a 6-pound Yorkie, and Buster is a 130-pound American Bulldog. And these guys, up until about a week ago, did not know each other at all. And I got to tell you, man, I've been ripping bongs and watching these 2 interact, and it's just about the best thing I've ever seen, you know? Because just to see Turtle's face when we brought Buster in for the first time, and he was like, Turtle had already gotten used to the joint. He was like, hey, guys, I like it. I'm fucking down with it, and I fucking love this joint. And then we bring in this fucking giant Buster, and Turtle's just like, holy fuck. I'm living with this fucking guy? Are you kidding me? And it's been hell for fucking Turtle. Turtle lives in our apartment much like Andy Dufresne in Shawshank. That's how he's like Buster for the first day was trying to mount something too small to mount. Like, it was like hell for Turtle, you know? And now Turtle's, and then it went from that to like nudging his ass with his nose. And he did that for like a day and a half. And now he doesn't do it every day and a half. But now he does it just to like remind him that like he owns him. So, like, Turtle lives in fear and underneath the tables, and every once in a while, Buster will walk over to him and give him, like, a nose in the ass and go, there you go, princess, that's mine. Just remember that that's mine. Like, it's so weird, you know? It's like if we worked like that, we met each other for the first time, and I just fucking hump you, but then after that, every once in a while, when we meet, I don't shake your hand, I just grab your dick and go, that's how much I own you. Right there. This dick is mine. If I want this dick, it's mine. Like... this is the best part, is that like Turtles never stuck up for himself except for just once. And it was because Buster came at him while Turtle was on the couch. So they were eye to eye. And Buster tried to take this little fucking bone from him. And he's taken things from him the whole time. It's not been a problem. But this time, fucking Turtle stood up for himself. And he was like, "Meow, meow." And Buster was so fucking blown away that this little dog fucking came at him that he was like, he actually had a moment. Like Buster was like standing there eye to eye and the dog came at him. And Buster had to take a walk. He was just like, what the fuck? No, did you just do that? I'm going to come back. Hold on. Wow. You know how big I am? And like took a walk and then came back and was like, do that one more time. Like it was fucking awesome. I'm way more into these dogs than I think anybody else is here. But they're fucking fun, man. They're a blast. The one little dog shits sometimes where he's not supposed to shit. And it's funny because dogs know when they've done something. And I'm laying in bed, and he comes into my room, and like normally I'll go, hey, Turtle, come here. And this time, like it was 2 nights ago, I go, hey, Turtle, come here. And he looks at me, and he goes, I'm just going to lay in the corner over here. And he goes and lays in the corner. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like looking at me like, you know what? I'm going to lay here because I think later you're going to regret calling me on to, like he basically told on himself that he shit in the kitchen. I was like, you shit somewhere, didn't you? And he did. I guess I got to do something real. It feels like a fucking odd night here, you know, but a fun time. I should do something real. I miss my family. That's the Thanksgiving is this past weekend. They always get loaded by a campfire, and I heard the best story about my brother this past weekend, and I hate that I fucking missed it. 3 o'clock in the morning, apparently they caught my brother drunk and trying to cook bacon on the fire. Which doesn't sound too weird, only he wasn't using a fry pan or anything. He was just using his bare hand, apparently, and I had to miss that. It sounds genius to me. He had it by one end. He had a pound of bacon by one end, and he was cooking it, and then he flipped it and then cooked the other side. With his bare hand, I missed that. Yeah, it sucks. All right, I'll do one thing, and then I gotta go. You guys, how many people here wake up in the morning and the second you wake up, you're like, wow, I'm stupid today? You know, you have those days where you wake up and you're like, I'm going to avoid talking to people. I feel fucking dumb. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, maybe you smoke a bowl or whatever and you leave the house. Those are the days where you just shouldn't talk to anybody. You should just go out, do whatever the fuck you need to do, go home, take a nap. And I had one of those days the other day, and I went out to buy cookies, which clearly I do enough of. And I went to buy these cookies. I shouldn't have talked to nobody. Like, I should have just put my head down, bought the cookies, and got the fuck out. And I'm buying these cookies, and I look up, and He-Man is buying the same fucking cookies that I'm buying. Like, not actually He-Man, but one of these guys who's jacked past functional. If you see these guys, they're just like they've officially lifted enough weights they couldn't scratch their own ass if they wanted to. You know what I mean? They'd be like, they couldn't do it. Or you could fuck with them like a mascot. You could paddle his ass, and they'd be like, what was that? He was huge. And I shouldn't have said anything, but he's buying the same fucking cookies I'm buying. I look up and I go, hey, bud, how come I buy these cookies and I look like this? And you buy these cookies and you look like that? And he didn't miss a fucking beat. He just looked at me and goes, I don't buy them every day. He just walks away, and I'm like, ah. There's like a kid who works produce. He runs up. He's like, are you okay? Because I saw the whole thing, and you look like a fucking idiot right now. He's like, touche, I do look like a fucking idiot. I just shouldn't have said anything. Sometimes you can be stoned enough and then insult somebody, and it's not your fault. I insulted like a little person. That's what you're supposed to say, little person. You can't say midget anymore. And as popular as Game of Thrones is, you can't say half man or imp. You can't say that. Even though he's a fucking pimp imp. First episode, fucking lots of brats. But anyway, I offended this little person. And it was kind of more his fault. Again, I was pretty baked, and I was walking down the sidewalk. And it's his fault because he was running, like he was moving, you know? And here's the thing is that I came past the corner. I can't see what's coming around the corner. And he scared the fuck out of me. And here's the thing. If something scares you in your peripheral and it scares you from here, that's one thing, you know? But he scared me from here. So, like, my first thought was, like, Rottweiler. Like, I thought there was somebody... Like, let a giant dog go? Look, I'd like to say that I handled it cool. Like, he came around the corner, he scared the fuck out of me, and I was just like a grown-up about it. And I was like, in my head, you know, like, holy fuck, that was a little person right there. But I didn't handle it cool at all. He come out of nowhere, scared the fuck out of me, and I honestly reacted like an elephant with a mouse at my feet. I was like, what the fuck? And he stopped dead in his little tracks, and he looked up at me, and he goes, what's your problem? And I wasn't expecting that at all. Because when he said that, like, the first thought in my head, I wasn't going to say it, but the first thought was like, if you had a bell on your neck, none of this would have happened. Because I would have heard you come, and I would have been like, little person. Or like, before you come around the corner, would it hurt for like a quick coming around the corner? And then I know that you're coming around the corner. I'm not coming down on little people because to be honest, if I was a small person, I don't know if I'd leave my fucking house. I mentioned Rottweilers earlier. Little people leave their house knowing those things are real. Like, that's like me leaving the house knowing that people walk black bears. That's fucking retarded, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be the size where anything else that people just commonly have as pets could drag me away in the night. I think that's terrifying. I think, you know, like if you're a Sikh or you have a thing and you can go to school with a little knife, I think midgets should be allowed to carry spears. Because reaching tool, whatever you need it for. You're under 4 foot, sir? Okay, carry on with your spear. You're allowed to keep it. Your little spear. You know, about a month ago, talking about weird things and tripping people out, about a month ago, somebody tried to mug me. I know, look at me. What the fuck are you thinking trying to mug me? You know what I mean? But this was the guy's move. I got to tell you this. I'm standing there in the corner. Lots of room for everybody. It's 10 a.m. on a Monday morning at Queen and Young. First of all, I didn't even know you were allowed to mug in the AM. I didn't know, like, that's a thing you look out for. But I'm standing there, and this was the guy's move. He came up aggressively, really quickly, and put his face on my face. That's how I got mugged. I'm positive that's what was happening, like, because, you know, I never really got to stop him and ask him, you know, that's what's going on here, right? But I'm positive that's what's happening. And he put his face on my face. And here's the worst part. It was so fucking random that I just, like, let him keep it there for a couple seconds. And the whole time I was doing it, I was like, well, this is nice. Wait a minute, what is this? And then he pushed, like, hard. Like, he pushed his cheek into my cheek. And I was like, that's aggressive. Here's the thing, is that I snapped, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, I go black, and I guess I just reacted. And I come to again, and I'd been shaking him, I guess, by his belt and his shirt collar. And that's my reaction. I didn't punch the man at all. I was just, like, shaking him. And I guess I'm shaking him, but what I come to and realize is that I'm walking him straight onto Queen Street towards an oncoming streetcar. And, like, the whole time I'm doing it, I'm shaking him by the belt. And in my head, I wasn't saying anything out loud, but in my head, I'm like walking towards the streetcar, and I'm like, mugging bad. Like, I'm dragging him to his death because I've lost my fucking mind. And I'm just like, you're a bad person. And then it wasn't until I got almost to the streetcar where I'm about to throw him face first into a moving streetcar where I was like, mugging bad. And I was like, murder worse. And I, like, pulled him back and threw him to the left of the streetcar. And then then a cop showed up and he was like, what's going on? I was like, I almost killed that guy. I didn't. And he was like, well, what happened? And I was like, he put his face on my face. And the cop was like, okay, I'm still confused. What did you just say? And I was like, well, I think he was trying to mug me. But he put his face on my face. And the cop was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I was like, in my head, I was like, it's not a weird thing. It just happened to me. So in my head, I was like, I actually leaned into the cop like I was about to show him. And I was like, you probably don't want that. And I just kind of peeled back. I was like, I was going to show you. But if this is his face, he did this. And the cop's like, that's the weirdest thing. I'm like, I know. This has been a weird night, but it's been a lot of fun. I can't wait to come back, guys. Have a good time. Peace, peace. And give it up for Pat Coppolino, everybody. Pat Coppolino!
Ryan Horwood, keep it going for us. Woo! All right. Thank you, everyone that came out and packed the house for the first Tuesday night comedy. We're gonna be back every Tuesday, but I think we're gonna do it earlier next time. So it's gonna be 8 o'clock. So please tell your friends. Tell them there was no room to stand, so they gotta come early and get high, smoke some weed, and enjoy the show. So thank you so much for sticking out, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah, you know what it is. Everything I do it big. Yeah, screaming that's not. When I pulled off the lot, that's done. Reppin' my town, when you see me, you know everything. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. I put it down from the whip to my diamonds. I'm in black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Black stripe, yellow paint. Them niggas scared of it, but them hoes ain't. Soon as I hit the club, look at them hoes' face. Hit the pedal once, make the floor shake. Sway inside, my engine roaring. It's the big boy, you know what I paid for it. And I got the pedal to the metal. Got you niggas checking game, I'm balling out on every level. Hear them haters talk, but there's nothing you could tell them. Just made $1 million, got another million on my schedule. No love for them, nigga breaking hearts. No keys, push to start. Yeah.